Behavioral data on social media and e-commerce platforms has played in, and who one's friends are on social media plays in to your score, whether you have a high or low social credit score. One city of 2.8 million people penalized individuals for inappropriate comments online. This one should sound familiar. Spreading false information online reduces your social credit score. By the way, the World Economic Forum, when you look at their agenda that they're meeting right now, the top bullet point of their agenda is that the greatest present risk in our world today is, you fill in the blank. Nuclear war, it's like you could have a few. Misinformation is the greatest threat to our world right now. Basically saying things the World Economic Forum disagrees with is the greatest threat to our world. So higher scores in China get you better healthcare, better access to public housing, better schools, lower taxes, shorter wait times at the hospital, access to public sector jobs, access to mortgages, or you could state all those in reverse. A lower score, you don't get the mortgage, you don't get the public sector job, you're at the back of the line at the hospital with lower care, back of the bus you go. You see a stratification forming here, a demonizing of and other, those on the lower end of the social spectrum. Higher taxes, worse schools and housing, etc. And also the bad kids are regulated to economy class seating on the flights and the trains, prohibited in some cases even from buying property, which people would be apologists of it, would say, well, it's not mandatory, it's not all, overreaching. But if you don't play the game, you're losing more and more privileges. So not mandatory is setting that bar for freedom pretty low. It's kind of like when the mandates were happening. I read in a publication here, it said, well, this is not mandates, but you know what? If you choose not to, then you might not have a job. And at that point, that's playing with words. But even manners, like eating on public transport, can affect your score in some places. Several provinces have used big screens in public places to expose and shame people, as well as personalized dial tones so that when somebody calls you, if you're a debtor who hasn't paid his bills, they will hear that you are about to talk to an untrustworthy person. This is from the CCP 2014 founding document. The goal of these systems, is to allow the trustworthy to roam everywhere under heaven while making it hard for the discredited to take a single step. And we might say, well, that can never come here. This is a free society. Revelation 13 begs to differ. It's going to go global from here in America. And it could be covert social control that we've already been studying this evening, but the overt is already happening as well in the form of cancel culture, which is a term that I think diminishes the significance of this. Terms like woke and politically correct and cancel culture to me, they don't really communicate the gravity of what we're talking about. Genocides and hard tyrannies start with movements like this, the demonization campaigns, the canceling, etc. We live in a increasingly regressive era, an illiberal era. And just take universities as an example. When I was in academia not that long ago, universities were actually legitimately liberal in ideals, meaning the message is don't trust the self-proclaimed experts. Psalm 146, put not your trust in princes. Question everything. Free thought, open dialogue,